Well, good morning, everyone. Hope you're having a great day. Good start to it. And question and answer Friday. Always fun. I enjoy it. I hope you do. Louise, good morning to you. And Holly. And Bonnie, good morning. Nativity. Hello. Rosalinda, good morning. John, our friend from Elgin, Illinois. Mary Jane. I think Connecticut, eh, Mary Jane? Madeleine, good morning from Temiskaming. Francis Marie and Peggy. And Jordan, good morning, Jordan from Tennessee. Annette, good morning. Marnie, nice to have you on with us this morning. Or Mammy, sorry. Tara, West Virginia. Mountain Mama. Hey, take me home, sorry. Liz. Susan from Florida. Morris, good morning, Morris. From North Bay. Holly. And Jerry, our friend from Nouveau Brunswick. Nick from our staff. And Wendy, good morning, Wendy from Markham. We appreciate you. Lorraine, good morning. And Brenda from Lake Dory. Now, where is that? Allison. And Phyllis. And Diane from Thunder Bay. And Vera from Newfoundland. And John, good morning. Deb from Timmins. Hazel. Jean. And Anne. Okay, a couple more and we get going. Dorothy, good morning from Woodstock. Michelle from California. Bright and early this morning. Janet, Micheline, and Rita. Okay, let me get going. Because otherwise, hold on here a minute. Let's get going. First question, Jenny. Can Dr. Martin talk about psoriatic arthritis? Yes, I can. Now, psoriatic arthritis, okay, so break it down into psoriasis, okay, skin, and arthritis. Not a good combo. No fun. It's autoimmune. It means that your body really has turned on itself, Jenny. The body turns on itself. Why would it do that? Well, you have to go a step backwards and look at what Hippocrates said 2,000 years ago, the father of medicine, and he said, all diseases start in the gut. Now, I'll tell you, he wasn't far from the truth. And the more and more we study what we call the microbiome today, guys, even in the 70s, you know what we knew about the microbiome? Not much. Not much. And the better our microscopes are, the more we realize that we've got, every time you get on a scale, take 3 pounds off, okay? Because you got 3 pounds at least of bacteria in and on your body. And it's a constant battle between the two. Between good bacteria and bad bacteria. And psoriatic arthritis, Jenny, is when you lose. You're losing. It starts there. And if you want to fix it, you got to start there. You have to start with the gut. You have to change that microbiome. For some people, listen, and I believe, okay, and I think I'm right, that when you get an invasion, and remember what I've taught you in the past, In your body, there's a constant war. Good guys, bad guys. You don't see it. It's microscopic. It really is submicroscopic. And it's amazing how your body can deal with that, good and bad. And you lose when you have more bad than good. Now, that simplifies it to some extent, but I'm a simple guy. And really, that's what happens. When you do not have enough friendly bacteria, what happens? You get an invasion. You get an invasion of candida, of fungus. It's the third army. It can only come in when you don't have enough good guys. And this happens when, you take antibiotics. I'm telling you, with psoriatic arthritis, with Crohn's, with MS, they don't really classify Parkinson's as autoimmune, but it's autoimmune. From these cognitive, from these skin conditions that are autoimmune, from Sjogren's to others. It's fungus. It's candida. It's a yeast forming inside your body, and it's invading. And it can go everywhere, including the brain, including your skin. I saw someone sent to me through our staff last night, a young girl on her legs. I said, well, that's psoriasis. And I said, Mom or Grandma, whoever it was asking the question, you got to fix the gut, man. What you see on that skin is coming from the gut. How they say that even on commercials on TV? What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas? No. Not when it comes to your gut. What happens in your gut won't stay there. When you have this war going on and you're losing 1 5-day antibiotic. And by the way, new study came out the other day. I got to talk about this for a second. New study came out the other day. Take an antibiotic. Yep. You got an infection? Take an antibiotic. But stop it. Stop it when the symptoms, like ladies, you got urinary tract, stop it when you stop the burning. Like it'll tell you on the medication, finish it. But that's not true. It's not true. I know why they say it. Oh, but you're creating, what you're doing is you're destroying all your good bacteria. And I've said this, I'm not against antibiotics. Please don't ever say I am, because I'm not. I always called it the greatest discovery in medicine in the 20th century. It is. But today, we have the rebound. Today, we are paying the price for the overuse of antibiotics. We're paying that price. And I believe conditions like psoriatic arthritis and other autoimmune disorders, one of the primary causes is the overuse of antibiotics. Okay? So it's a double-edged sword. It's good for you. It can save your life. You have a raging infection. Folks, don't delay treatment. But why is it today that we see so much autoimmune? Antibiotics, 1. 2, bad food. Sugar. Sugar feeds yeast. Don't feed the bears. Sugar feeds it. You know? And don't fool yourself. Don't be deceived. I don't care who you are. Yeast is like a teenager. It needs sugar. It wants sugar. It'll call your name every day and say, please feed me. Don't feed it. It's like cancer. Cancer cells will call your name. Hey, please feed me. And I've told you, a lot of cancer cells are fueled by yeast, fungus, candida. Yeast outside the body, okay, who cares? Somebody is asking, who asked about nutritional yeast? Hold on, let me get there. Come on. Come on up here, questions. Somebody was asking, I'll get the name in a second here, because there I am, slow. Who's asking about nutritional yeast? Come on. Sorry, guys. Somebody's asking about nutritional yeast. Anyway. Yes, here it is. Tony. How could I forget your name, Tony? Nutritional yeast doesn't feed your bad guys, okay? Nutritional yeast, like I said, outside the body, nutritional yeast, it's got full of B vitamins and that. I've never been big on it as a supplement because you get all your B vitamins when you eat eggs, meat, and cheese. I'd rather you eat that. And nutritional yeast doesn't have enough B12 for even a mouse, so you're better off to eat it. But if you like nutritional yeast, like, I don't care. It's not feeding your yeast. The bad guy's inside of you. There's nothing to do with that, Tony. Thanks for the question, and I'm sorry I forgot your name. Okay. But guys, okay, I think, like there's other factors, like even non-steroidal anti-inflammatory. Oh, their doctor, they're over the counter. They must be safe. No. Advil. Tylenol, even though that's, they're different medicines, but they destroy your friendly bacteria. I know people that have been taking stuff like that, medications every day of their life. They don't realize what they're doing. You better protect it. If you have to take a med, almost every med will destroy your friendly bacteria. But nothing like an antibiotic will. And if you know that, well, okay, you could take an antibiotic. Well, I tell people you're going in for surgery or whatever, like double up your probiotics and double up. And when you finish, double them up again. You need to replace that bacteria. Okay? Okay. So hey, Jenny and Tony. Okay, another question from Tony. Wonder if it's the same guy. I don't know. Is an anesthetic something that affects the gut microbiome? Tony, it's all part of, I'm glad you asked it. And guys, when I say Tony, it's not me that asked that question. Okay. Yes, anesthetic. Yes, it will affect your microbiome for sure. For sure. Prepare. You got to, like you're getting surgery, you're getting an anesthetic or whatever. Okay. Just put everything on your side after, before and after. Good question. Louise is asking about arteritis. Now that's different. That's different than arthritis. Although it's inflammation of your arteries. And where you get that, ordinarily, an arteritis is what they call a temporal arteritis. Those are the blood vessels going up to the brain. Is it dangerous? It sure can be. It sure can be. And, is it bacterial? Is it viral? Is it fungal? What causes that? Well, inflammation, again, is not Houdini. It's not Houdini. It just doesn't appear. There's a reason for inflammation. We did an email about that, about pain. Pain is caused by inflammation. Your body's responding. You kick me in the knee, that'll hurt. But your body responds with more blood supply, more enzymes and proteins, and they're like the ambulance system goes to the site of injury. Problem is if it doesn't go away and the ambulance stays there. See, the ambulance is meant to bring part to hospital. What if it stays? Can be destructive. That's temporal arteritis, where the arteries are inflamed. Can be very dangerous. Can be very dangerous. Good question. Thank you. Okay, and that was Louise. And Terry. Navitol optimizes glutathione. True. Do we need to supplement a glutathione? Generally, no, and I'll tell you why. And very good question, Terry. Okay? Glutathione is something your body makes. It's one of the reasons I want you to empty your liver on the reset. Because your body makes Velcro, okay? That's what I call glutathione, okay? Glutathione is a wonderful, you're fearfully and wonderfully made. You don't realize it. Your body produces glutathione. What is glutathione? Glutathione is Velcro. When there's garbage in your blood, Velcro, glutathione, it sticks to it and it goes out. The problem is, if you have any gummed up liver, how do you get a gummed up liver? By eating crappy carbohydrates and sugars. It'll gum up your liver because it fills it full of fat in the liver, okay? I'm showing you again 1 pound of fat, and there's a 5 pounds of fat in behind my shoulder there for those who are on Facebook. And of course, this podcast, you're not seeing it. I want you to visualize it, okay? Fat in the liver is not good for you for a lot of reasons. Fat in your liver will turn into triglycerides in your blood. That is super dangerous for your heart and for your brain. Strokes and heart attacks. Fat in your liver is very bad for you because then you're going to have trouble converting T4 to T3 for your thyroid. Fat in your liver will gum up the liver and will not allow your body to produce the glutathione that it would ordinarily produce. Velcro. Now, so I'm not big on taking glutathione because it's not well absorbed. You're better off to, like Navitol pine bark extract. Study after study shows it does 3 things, major things. 1, it elevates your glutathione. It actually makes your body make more Velcro. 1. 2, it elevates your nitric oxide. What's nitric oxide? Opens up your blood vessels. Now you get extra blood flow. That's really key. More oxygen to the brain. More oxygen. Your heart has to work less than it ordinarily would. There's less resistance. The pump, your heart's a pump. If your blood vessels are open and they're relaxed, your heart doesn't have to work as much. That's why we love pine bark extract in that way. And then the third thing is it's very, very antioxidant and anti-inflammatory. It protects you from premature aging. You know, I wish we didn't have to age. Okay? I wish. You know, and I can't. Oh, Doc, I'm never going to age. Yeah, you will. Okay? Hate to be the bearer of bad news and reality. No, you're going to age, okay? But you don't want to age prematurely. A lot of people, if we could see inside their organs or into the organ, they'd see they're aging rapidly. They have enormous amount of what we call free radical damage, oxygenation. You're rusting out. Pine bark is one of the best. It is the most powerful antioxidant. That's why I talk about it all the time. Okay. Okay. Good questions. We appreciate them. Oh, my. Okay. Jennifer. I have brachial radial bursitis. Well, that's no fun. Any bursitis. Your knees, your wrist, brachial, wrist. They're no fun. Bursitis, it's actually like an infection of the bursa. It becomes so inflamed. Can happen in the shoulder. It can happen in your knee. It can happen in your heel. You got bursas everywhere. No fun. No fun. Couple of things. We talked about this yesterday in an email, or maybe the day before when we sent out an email. We like to teach about inflammation in general. And so you do everything you can, Jennifer, to change that. You know, look, therapy, all of that. I'm sure you've done it, okay? And a lot of times, I often look at, you know, in the wrist or whatever, they called it carpal tunnel and never fun or whatever, bursitis, whatever, in the elbow or you can get a bursitis in the elbow joint and in the wrist and, you know, it's no fun. It is very achy. I love therapy on it. I love anti-inflammatory. I like our inflammation formula. I like pine bark extract. And, you know, it's no fun. And there's no ordinarily a quick fix either, okay? There isn't. And, you know, I feel for you. Okay, Jen? Tara. Fulvic acid. Well, I've talked about this before. People ask me what fulvic acid, what do I think? Well, you can get it as a supplement. You know really what it is? It's the compounds really found in the soil. Okay? So, you want to eat some dirt? You shouldn't have to pay for it, okay? Now, look, I get it. I understand fulvic acid, you know, like it's a supplement, it's a compound, it's soil. There's nutrients in there. No, look, not in terms of. Look, I'll give you an example. Our probiotics are soil based. Why is that so good for you? Well, first of all, you don't have to refrigerate them. They're not dairy. And dairy, I love dairy. You know me. Okay, please. Don't ditch the dairy. But I would tell you to ditch your dairy probiotics and switch them. Don't ditch them, switch them. Soil is better because it doesn't matter what you do to a soil probiotic, you can't destroy it. There's actually some fulvic acid in a soil probiotic. And those different strains of bacteria, do you know that in our supplement, our probiotic, to culture it in the soil takes years. And just take a scoop of soil and put put it in a capsule. It takes years to let that ferment and to get your bacteria. And those things after that, they're hardy. They replace your bacteria. They make up your microbiome as long as they're broad spectrum, meaning there's 10 different strains. So fulvic acid, I haven't had a lot of experience using it as a supplement on its own. Are you asking? Don't waste your money. Okay? Unless you have lots of it, money, and you don't want to, you want to waste. I don't have a lot of experience, and all my practitioner friends or whatever, and then they say, "Oh, Dr. Martin, this is the greatest thing since sliced bread. Try it on your patients." Nah. Okay? So I don't want to be negative, but I'm a little bit negative. Diney. Wondering possible solutions. Why I changed fuels 2 years ago and getting varicose veins from the groin down. Well, Diney, I think for you, it has nothing to do with what you ate. It just happens to be a coincidence. Now, varicose veins, if they're superficial and you can see them, they're not, I don't blame you. Nobody likes that. But they're not dangerous either. Okay? And it had nothing to do with you changing fuels, Diney. Okay? It really doesn't. There's no reason for that. I can't give you an explanation why you would have got it, but people get them. People get them. You know what I like? I like the rebounder. I do rebounding. I got trouble with my circulation in my legs. I'm like my father. I've got to really be careful with me, and I am proactive, okay, on that. Okay. Sarah, dental cleaning. What do I think about the enamel? No, the industry says no. Well, look, I'm a big believer in dental cleaning. Professionally, yeah. I'm not going to say no. They can be invasive to some extent, But you know what I like for dental cleaning? I mean, other than brushing your teeth, of course, and stuff like that, and some flossing, you know what I find better than all of it? Is the water pick. Do it yourself. Clean. I find the water pick is the best, if you're asking. And it's not invasive. Okay? Does it damage it? Does Sarah, the enamel? They shouldn't be damaging that. They shouldn't. Cheryl, prolia, shots for osteoporosis. I don't like it. Okay, those are when they're bone building. The problem with, okay, let me just tell you a couple of things, Cheryl. The problem with, and these are popular medications, bone building products, medications, I mean, shots, or a medication you take once a month, or a medication you take once a week, or sometimes they'll give you a medication, and they're bone building. The problem is they're looking for love in all the wrong places. You see, you are far better off far better off to, if you are losing bone, one of the big reasons that you lose bone, ladies and gentlemen, okay, more women than men, it's not you know what, I just not getting enough calcium. No, it's not that at all. You're not getting enough calcium to the bones. And generally, I'm going to make a general statement, there's exceptions. When the world went woo, 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 cuckoo, because it did. When the world went cuckoo 50 years ago, when they said eat cereal instead of your eggs, when they said cholesterol is causing heart disease, and the world went for it. I've never seen there's a lot of lies out there, and that was a huge one. And people, I better get my fiber. I need fiber. Brought to you by Kellogg's. What a lie. You didn't need fiber. You needed protein. And we have gone this way, downward, on a downward trend, eating high carbs because I got to get my fiber. And low protein and fat that your bones need. The number one selling supplement is calcium, even today. And I shake my head, guys. I shake my head. So why don't you eat your calcium the way God wanted you to eat your calcium? You know how God wanted you to eat your calcium? Not in a supplement. He wanted you to have eggs and meat and cheese, because especially, and butter, because what happens when you have butter, dairy, and you have cheese, dairy, and you have eggs, well, not dairy, farming, you get all the calcium you need, plus K2, to take the calcium and put it in your bones and your teeth, where it belongs. See, the problem is, you take a calcium supplement, it's going to stay in your bloodstream, won't even be delivered. And when we bought that lie, that was the start. And then we said, stay out of the sun, because then you're going to get skin cancer. And people stayed out of the sun. I go to Florida, and the only people on the beach are Canadians. We're crazy. No, but seriously, I tell my Florida friends, Susan, is this true or not? I tell my Florida friends, you guys are crazier than hoot owls. Why? Because you believe the lie. You live in the sunshine state and you stay out of the sun. How crazy is that? And then when you do go out in the sun, you lather up with skin sunscreens that are cancerous. You want to get cancer? Put something on your skin, like a chemical, and add heat. Was I right? Yep. And now you have millions of people in North America walking around with osteoporosis. And another thing, you're not Forrest Gump. Do you know what I mean by that? You ever watch the movie Forrest Gump? I just find it one of the funniest movies I've ever watched. You know, one day he starts running And he runs and runs and runs and runs and runs and runs and runs until he stopped. Forrest Gump. I said to people, you're not Forrest Gump. What are you running for? Ladies, you don't need cardio. You need weight resistance exercises. That's what makes your bones strong. Muscle strong, bone strong. But we get these lies and we run with them. That's society today. Have we seen that in this 18 months? The virus, the virus, the virus, the virus, the virus, the virus. I'm so sick of it. Nobody's talking about the immune system. Nobody talks about vitamin D. Nobody, they dismiss it. Oh, and nobody talks about comorbidity. The only people that get really sick are people with metabolic syndrome, but they don't want to talk about it. Okay, I'm sorry. I ranted, but I can't stand it. So you don't need, look, I can't be your personal physician. I'm giving you a general answer. I hope you understand that. Who's asking about Cheryl? Okay, Cheryl, I'm on your side, by the way, okay? When I go on my rants, it doesn't mean I don't love you. I do. I mean it. But I don't like bone-building medications. Like, they're missing the point. Okay, I gotta take a breath. If I had one of those smartphones, I don't. I don't wear a smartphone. I don't want a phone telling me to breathe. Okay, I don't want that because when I be breathing, breathe. I don't like that. Okay. Asking for her brother, whoever that is, does losing weight, gaining weight after sports years ago in high school make it harder to lose weight today? No. Look, there's people, everybody, see your fingerprint? Everybody's different, okay? That you're unique. Nobody has your fingerprint. You got an identical twin? They don't have your fingerprint. That makes you unique. Some people really struggle with fluctuations in their weight more than other people. But here's a consistent teaching. If you got trouble up and down like the yo-yo, you need to change fuels, number one. Number two, you got hormones. You got hormones, and there's an imbalance there. And that's why I like to fix the hormones first. That reset is good for that. It's a great building block to starting to fix the hormones. You got to start with food, okay? Now, a couple of more. Carol, is there any connection between vitamin D and thyroid? Yeah, there's always a connection between vitamin D and everything. Okay, your thyroid will not work properly without vitamin D. Your thyroid has a solar panel attached to it, but so does everything else. Okay, I was looking at a roof the other day, and it had all these solar panels on it. Okay, and I said, they're just capturing the sun. Well, that's your body, guys, from your brain to your toes. And your hormones need vitamin D. They're a big part. Because remember, vitamin D is not just a vitamin. It is a vitamin, but it's a hormone. And if you want to get rid of hormones and balance them out, vitamin D is essential for it. Because nothing works without vitamin D properly. Study came out this morning, by the way, that I saw this morning. I think it came out a few days ago. again, if you are not eating from the animal kingdom, eggs, meat, and cheese, you're not even absorbing vitamin D properly. Remember, it's a fat-soluble vitamin. And they're showing, the study showed a vegan or a vegetarian, whatever, they're extremely low in vitamin D. They don't have the saturated fat that they need from the animal fat. Okay? Sharon, hydrochloric acid. Yeah, well, you make it. And Cheryl's asking, well, do you like it added to, why don't you have it in your digestive enzyme? Well, the digestive enzyme is made, there's a lot of things in there, and the most powerful enzymes in the world, I put in our digestive enzyme, along with oil of oregano. It's right in the digestive enzyme. I love the oil of oregano. But HCl, hydrochloric acid, Sharon, is what your body already makes. It's like glutathione, okay? Like I talked about earlier. Your body makes it. You just want something to increase it. You want acid. Acid belongs in your stomach. It should be very acidic, like a lemon, like 1.5 to 2, no higher than that. The problem is that most people have very low in acid, but I like to go right. Why are they low in producing acid? They don't have enough enzymes. They're eating an acid suppressor. Now remember what I'm saying, because a lot of people get pH wrong. They get pH wrong because what they want to do is just measure your saliva and, I'm acidic. No. Your body, you want acidity in the stomach. And when you have a very good acidic stomach, you're breaking all your food down properly. Plus, I'm going to talk about this because I actually want to do a little bit of a study on it again. Okay, Sharon? So, listen. I don't give hydrochloric acid to people. I say, no, I want to help you to make more of it. And I want to help you, when you make the hydrochloric acid on your own, it won't go up your esophagus to give you heartburn. This is a huge problem in our society today. We're going to talk about that, okay? Because I got a whole teaching on it. I want to do it again. I've done it in the past, but I'm going to bring it out next week. Angel, I've had celiac disease for 10 years. How do you get rid of it? Well, you don't want to be, with celiac, you don't want to be eating any gluten, eggs, meat, and cheese. Angel, eggs, meat, and cheese. Probiotics, eggs, meat, and cheese. Probiotics, eggs, meat, and cheese. Cut out the sugars. Cut out the crappy carbs. Don't go. I can't stand when they go get gluten-free products and it's all carbs. It's all crap. I can't stand that. Change fuels, Angel. Eggs, meat, and cheese. That's what your body's desiring. Lay off all breads. Lay off all noodles. Lay off all crappy carbohydrate. Don't eat any of it. Start with 30 days, and you will get a lifestyle of this, and it'll become part of your DNA. You'll realize, holy moly, I feel better. Holy moly, what was I eating all these years? You know how many people tell me that every day? Doc, why didn't I meet you 15 years ago? Yeah, you should have. Well, I did. I wasn't on Facebook. That I can guarantee you. I had my own radio show for 20 years, and I tried to preach that for 20 straight years. Okay? On the radio. But I couldn't get to everyone. I'm telling you, it works. Okay, one last one, and here we go. Oh, one. Tapioca flour. Millie. Why would you want to use that? It's full of carbs. It's full of carbs. I remember somebody tell me, this is years ago, telling me, oh, that tapioca flour, that's good because it doesn't have any cholesterol. They were waiting for me to agree with them that this was a good flour. And I said, you don't want me to give you a sermon, do you? That's a high carbohydrate flour. Why do you want that? There's much better ones out there. Okay, I'm done. Guys, thank you. Appreciate you very much. Have I told you that lately? Have I told you that I love you lately? No, I probably haven't, but I have. We do love you, and we appreciate you. The Martin Clinic, we appreciate you guys. You have no idea, okay? Thank you for watching. Remember our private Facebook group, okay? If you're not, don't belong to that. If you're not getting our emails, we do a lot of teaching on emails. If you don't get them, sign up, martinclinic.com, okay? So that's all the advertising I'm going to do. I can't advertise my new book. It's into its third print. Unbelievable. #1 seller. Thank you, guys, for that. Coming soon, though. It's coming back, okay? We love you. Talk to you soon.